Well, you are not going to believe who just got arrested and who got dragged off and detained. Two separate people, by the way. One of them is going to bring a smile to your face. It is long overdue, not to mention many people are overdue here in America, but I digress. And the second one, quite frankly, is going to tick you off. Let's start first with the first one. Who was just arrested? Well, take a look at this article, and this is on theepictimes.com. And it's Britain's former Prince Andrew has been arrested. I just want to take a minute to say a big fat hallelujah to that. Now, why was he arrested? Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, the brother of British monarch King Charles III, has been arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office and is in police custody, the AP reported. Thames Valley Police confirmed an arrest on February 19th of a man in his 60s from Norfolk in eastern England following the allegations made against the former Prince and Duke of York after the release of the millions of pages of files related to Geoffrey. The police force, which oversees district west of London, including the area of Mountbatten Windsor's former resident, declined to name the suspect in keeping with the standard of British practice. It goes on to state that photographs circulated online appeared to show unmarked police cars attending Wood Farm on the Sandringham estate in Norfolk, with plainclothes officers appearing to gather outside the home of the former Duke on his 66th birthday. It's almost like they had the thing planned specifically for his birthday. Anyway, no longer an official member of the royal family and effectively a commoner, a former Duke was reported to police by the anti-monarchy campaign group Republic following the release of the files. In a statement issued through Buckingham Palace, the king acknowledged the arrest of his brother and said, "As I've said before, the police have our full support, wholehearted support and cooperation." He added, "The law must take its course," said Charles. So I'm going to give a clap to that. I understand that right now it's just arrested on misconduct, but I'm really hoping this is going to expand into more because right now we just don't have all the details. They're not sharing it as of yet, but either way, this is one of the people associated with Jeff who is finally behind bars. He has been arrested. I wish we could say the same for us here in America, but unfortunately we don't have that. Now, there's a lot more going on. I've got one more to share with you. But before I do, I got to give a shout out to my sponsor at Noble Gold Investments at lisahavengold.com. Look, something is brewing and you and I can both feel it right now. And the problem is you never really know the full story until after the crash, until after, the collapse, until after it is too late. That is why I want to encourage you to prepare and be ready right now. And that is what Noble Gold Investments can do for you. They can help you get your hands on physical gold, silver, precious metals, or even if you're looking for a 401k backed by gold, silver, or precious metals into a Roth IRA, they can help you with that. So give them a call at 1-877-646-5347. Make sure you tell them Lisa sent you because they are giving away this freaking thick 3-ounce Virtue silver coin with any new and qualified account. And better yet, you can even go to lisahavengold.com, fill out this information, click email me my wealth kit, and they're going to send you a free wealth kit. By the way, there's always a risk to investing. There's never a guarantee. If you want more info, click that more button on your cell phone or click the link in the description box below. All right. But going back to Andrew for a minute, I want to tell you that this arrest has put a smile, at least on someone's face. I do have to share this because her family went through a lot. And this is on page6.com. But Virginia Giuffre's family says their hearts have been lifted over former Prince Andrew's arrest. They are very happy about it. And here's what the family said specifically. "At last today, our broken hearts have been lifted at the news that no one's above the law, not even royalty." Giuffre's siblings, Sky and Amanda Roberts and Danny and Lynette Wilson, told Page 6 in the statement on Thursday. "On behalf of our sister, Virginia, we extend our gratitude to the UK Thames Valley Police for their investigation and the arrest of Andrew." So my heart goes out to the family, and I really hope it pans out for them. And it's not just an arrest and a slap on the hand. I hope that a lot more comes out of this now that Andrew is just, a commoner like you and I. And by the way, Virginia, back in 2021, sued Prince Andrew, and he went on a tangent about it. But anyway, that is exactly where we are right now. But with that, there's another person that I want you to be aware of who was detained or dragged off and detained, according to him, in Israel, actually. And this one is going to shock you, if not upset you. Here we are on the dailymail.co.k. Tucker Carlson has been detained in Israel. Journalist dragged into interrogation room as explosive interview sparks a diplomatic firestorm. Conservative podcasting titan Tucker Carlson said he and his staff were detained in Israel on Wednesday following an interview with Donald Trump's ambassador to the country. The former Fox News host flew into Tel Aviv for a sit-down with Mike Huckabee, who challenged Carlson to speak to him directly following an online spat about the country's treatment of Christians. Carlson, who also frequently criticizes Israel for its military actions in Gaza, took Huckabee up on his offer, and apparently it backfired, but it goes on to state, but as critics and pro-Israel activists begin piling on Carlson for purportedly not leaving the airport during his brief visit, he revealed that he was met with hostility in the Middle Eastern country. Carlson exclusively told the Daily Mail that shortly after the interview, Israel officials confiscated his passport and hauled one of his colleagues off to an interrogation room. Men who identified themselves as airport security took our passports, hauled our executive producer into a side room, and then demanded to know what we spoke to Ambassador Huckabee about, Carlson told Daily Mail. It was bizarre, and we are now out of the country. That's the good news. They're out of the country. But it continues to state this, kind of like the other side of the story. But two sources familiar with the matter, however, told Daily Mail that the Israeli government initially did not want to allow Carlson into the country, prompting a delicate negotiation involving the State Department. In the end, the Israeli government decided not to bar Carlson from entering the country in order to avoid a diplomatic incident, according to a Channel 13 report. And here's the thing with that. If you already have a country saying you're not allowed to come here to a man, by the way, who as far as I know, he has no criminal record or anything of that nature, but the only reason they wanted to bar him was because of his views on Israel, that's absolutely insane in and of itself. And I think gives a little bit more credence to Tucker Carlson's side. But in the end, a spokesperson for the embassy kind of denied the whole thing because it goes on and states this. A spokesman for the U.S. Embassy in Israel denied that Carlson was detained and claimed he received the same passport control questions that countless visitors to Israel, including Ambassador Huckabee and other diplomats receive as part of the normal entrance and exit from Israel. It is not accurate that Israel was only going to let Tucker into the country for the interview, the representative added. The only engagement the embassy had with Israel about his visit was to coordinate his private plane landing as part of the facilitation, a seamless visit. It was Tucker who chose to only come into the country for a few hours and depart, and Tucker received the same positive treatment of any other visitor to Israel. Now, in the end, ultimately, I'll let you decide who did what and who is right, because at this point, we're just taking somebody's word for it. But here's the deal. When you think about the question that they asked Tucker Carlson, what did you say to Mike Huckabee? That's none of their dang business. Is that how personal that they get? You know, when you fly to Israel, I have to say I've never flown to Israel, but that's a little extreme if you ask me. Now, Mike Huckabee has come out, of course, in defense to Israel, by the way, and here's what he said regarding the whole thing that transpired with Tucker. And he says, thanks to Ethan Feinsberg, I can't pronounce his name, for an accurate report, everyone who comes in and out of Israel, every country for that matter, has passports checked and routinely asked security questions, even me going in and out with passports. Now, I'll be honest, I've never been asked a question about specifically who I talked to and what was said. So that's a little extreme. Obviously, we know everybody's passports get checked, but they don't drag you off into side rooms and grill you. But anyway, that's kind of where I stand with the whole thing. And I checked Tucker Carlson's page. He hasn't really said anything on it. He posted greetings from Israel. there with a picture, and then he posted, "How does Israel treat Christians? We spoke to those families who have lived there since Jesus. His story is shocking." So some of the people there as well, hopefully they treat Christians well. I'm actually going to watch that video. I have not as of yet to see what he has to say, because Christians should be treated the same as everybody else. Religion, every other religion, and I feel like the Christians are getting more and more persecuted with each and every single day. In fact, CNN just did a report, and I didn't pull it up, so recalling it quickly, but CNN just put out, or is going to put out, a report on Christian nationalism. And by the way, Christian nationalism just means that you believe your country was founded on Christian principles. It is the same thing as Christianity. There is no difference. They're trying to twist it. And I believe it also has the crite that only God is in charge. So it's kind of like government in charge of God, God in charge of government. That's what they're calling Christian nationalism. And it's absolute insanity. It applies to all Christians. And it is a terrifying report. And I'm going to have to watch it when it officially comes out, but it's chilling the way that they are viewing Christians even here in the United States. So there's that. Anyhow, with all of that, as a quick reminder, please get on over to our platform, restrictedrepublic.com. I did a bombshell report today, an exclusive report today that you're going to want to share. I shared it early this morning. Get on there, read it, find out what it is, but get to Restricted Republic today. Join thousands of other people there and help support what we do. Anyhow, with all of that, I love you all. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.